sheet from yesterday. Whoops. I hit the wrong button. There we go. And to find the slope, you take this equation and you solve for y, minus x plus 2. So what's the slope? Negative 1. Now, I'm not going to use y equals mx plus b for question B. I told you use point slope, and that's the reason, because it's so much easier. And I remember the point slope is y minus y1 equals mx minus x1. If I want this to be parallel, what's true about my new slope? It has to be the same. So it's y minus my y value, which is 1, equals negative 1, x minus a negative 2. You may leave it that way. You can make it x plus 2. I'm done. Those of you who want to do y equals mx plus b, you are still working on the problem, but I'm going on to the next one. Get used to point slope. We're going to always want it in point slope. And if you don't give it to us in point slope, we will mark it wrong. Okay? Ready to go on? What if the line is now perpendicular? What's the slope going to be? Positive 1. I'll even do plus 1. So how do you write the equation of the line? It's y minus 1, because that's the y coordinate, equals positive 1, x minus 2. I like it plus, but you don't have to. It's no big deal. X what? It's x subtract the negative 2, so it's x plus 2. Okay, x-intercept of L. Well, we had x plus y is equal to 2. And now I want the x-intercept, and I always get confused, but obviously it can't be x equal to 0, but just to make myself happy, that's the x-intercept. What's the y value there? 0. So x plus 0 equals 2, so x equals 2. So are we okay with the first question? I'm going to run out of time. There's two ways to do the second question. First off, remember the log of x? What had to be true about x, the inputs? They had to be greater than 0. So my inputs here, that's this, x minus 2 must be greater than 0. On the AP exam, you get a point for making that statement. Even if you can't solve it. They don't care. You get the point right there, so x is greater than 2. What if we graphed it? I'm trying to do a quick graph because the bell's going to ring shortly. But what if you graph this? The log function looks like this. It goes through what? 1, 0. Now, what if I do the log of x minus 2? What's going to happen to this point? It's going to shift 2 points, right? So now it's at 3. Where's the asymptote? Yep, it's at 2. So this is all the reals. You can see right here that x is greater than 2. X-intercepts, that was x equal to 3. Do you remember how to find the inverse? Well, y is equal to log of x minus 2. And the inverse switches x and y, so x equals the log of y minus 2. Now, I like the way I do this. That's base e. E to the x equals y minus 2. Mrs. Hirschman exponentiates both sides. So she says x equals the log of y minus 2 and raises both sides with the e base. I don't know how to say it. Exponentiate is the word she uses. I think that's a little harder because then I have to know what this is. But these undo each other. They are inverse functions. So it's y minus 2. So y equals e to the x plus 2. Question. Do you remember, because the bell's going to ring, do you remember how to prove it's an inverse? You do f of f inverse of x, and you do f inverse of f of x.